look at an artisan is it's somebody basically who's got the background, the training to know how to do a product, how to build something, but also has kind of an eye to look at how to do it special. This was a door that we did down in Florida, and the doors, we built the doors, the latches, the mechanisms, the grills on the front of the doors open out from the main frame so you can clean the glass on both of these, as well as the side panels and the overthrow, all hinged.
It's truly a vocation in the truest sense of that word, and vocation means a calling to life.
Artisans is a blacksmithing company which produces forged ironwork with the highest regard for traditional craftsmanship. We have spent the last 14 years unearthing traditional methods of custom hand-forged metalwork. Our research is based in Old World craftsmen such as the famous British smith Tijou, Americans Yellen and Kolnick, and Germans Schmillner and Kuhn. Design and execution of our metalwork is focused on bringing back this lost art and bringing it into the modern world. Our goals defined are to bring the good from the past forward to unite with the gains of modern metalworking. Combining this philosophy with our own individual artistic vision affords us a rare opportunity to share unique benefits with our customers.
Since I don't have a design in mind, I'm not making a hook for anything. I'm just kind of freeform, and I just go with whatever the aesthetic drives, and whatever comes out, comes out. There it is. We often call this sketching in iron. You know, you're just playing a little bit and coming up with whatever comes off the pencil, as it were. I totally went from our original design and went to this. So I mean, I'm generally at the design, but I tried the flower thing. I screwed it all up. It didn't work. I'm having a stellar day. So whatever you Ryan, throw.
At the end of a day of working hard, hopefully I have something to show for it that's beautiful to look at. Being able to work with my hands and produce something that will be enjoyed by others for hopefully generations to come is, I think, the most satisfying thing about it.
This fireplace screen, talk about design, we work back and forth with the customer, and we made this awesome design, you know, oak trees and deer and the grass and everything, all custom built for their fireplace. That's cool too.
Our products are designed using pencil drawings rendered with care and detail. Designs are based in the customer's vision and combined with the ironworking experience of the staff at Artisans. Scale drawings accurately reflect the size and the composition of the project while allowing a crucial amount of freedom for the smith in the final product. Our goal is always to create something that has quality built in, quality in line and form, as well as function and durability. Artisans of the Anvil's products are built using steel, bronze, copper, and wrought iron. Solid metal always gains preference over tubing or channel. All surfaces are worked by the hammer, and great care is taken to render those details from the design into the very face of the metal. Chasing, punching, embossing, twisting, and hammering, these all combine to make the very surface of the metal show forth the labor and care that was involved in creating the work. Traditional methods are preferred for joining our products together. These methods are used for both aesthetic reasons as well as structural ones.
We hold blacksmithing with a very high regard, and there's so much to learn, whether you get into the metallurgy portion, how to run a fire, layouts of sloped curved staircase railings, those sorts of things. There's so many different areas that really it's an intensive learning program.
very much enjoyed the history behind it. I've spent time in Europe studying with the old world masters, and I continue to spend a lot of time researching the forms. And where does this element that was used in these gates, where did it originate? How long have people been making it? How did they originally do it? Do we still do it the same today? And so I'm actively pursuing those kinds of questions.
The execution of the job in a traditional manner brings about an aesthetic. If that's going to be apparent, we will go traditional. Go, 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 out. Yeah, thank you. Popped a hole in the bar. There's our plug. That's the piece that basically got compressed down and knocked out when we drove it through the other direction.
The traditional methods developed over the past 500 years were very well thought out and have evolved from practice and study over a long period of time. In the modern age, many of these methods have been cast out in favor of newer, less labor and skill-intensive methods.
Set, go, 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 light. Thank you. Flat. Think we can get it? Yep. Set. Go. Drive it.
And often, the end product does not have the durability built in to last more than a few years. At Artisans of the Anvil, we have carefully, and are still, working out the best from the old methods and combining them with the newer options that we now have at our disposal.
As you can see, when you look at the way that the joinery here looks, there's obviously a huge aesthetic value to it. Had I just stuck the bars together and ran a weld down one side, that would be apparent by looking at it. Instead, you get this beautiful swelled joint here with a rivet with a nice textured head on it. So in a lot of cases, the execution of the job in a traditional manner brings about an aesthetic. In doing the traditional methods, two things have shown up. One, the more we do it, the faster we get, and we're getting close to actually matching the speed of more modern fabrication methods. And two, often it's stronger. If you drop a piece that's been riveted, for instance, if it suffers a crash of some sort, often the rivets will bend. You can knock them out, straighten the bars, put it back together. Welds will often break around the weld, or they corrode quicker than the rivets do. So there's a lot of cases where just the way it goes together is better the way it was originally done.
Nothing is more enjoyable than forging and building something that's been designed properly. It just goes together.
Something more grand and sophisticated like this, and a little more traditional, sort of, with the twists in them, or something very nice and traditional.
What we could do is bookends, fullering the L bracket, splitting off, forge a ball to sit in the center. Same idea, but something a little more fancy.
Instead of a ball, what do you think about, you got your L bracket piece, right? Just going in here with some, like a heavy, you could take since the width on this guy is substantial, right? We're like 2 inches, thereabouts. Right. We could have get rid of this three-dimensional, go back to side elevation. And kind of upset that guy and have it split, one go this way and the other go out. And then we could do some real heavy, something heavy though. I mean really, upsetting this is going to be a lot of work. But then when you bring it around, because if you're looking at it from the top, if we took it and cut it and had one work back,
right,
one go forward, and then we could do anything we wanted with that one side. We could go and do a real super wide fishtail and have that come down and scroll out. It'd be a real, one of those gorgeous roll things, and then have the top go into.
We could do a cauliflower.
A dragon head. I appreciate every single customer we have because they're giving us the opportunity to do the work. And for me, it really is. Way back, I had a friend who was an architect we were dealing with some problem, and I said, it's really not my responsibility. He goes, Andrew, you do what you got to do, and that'll pay off in time. When you get to the backside of the project and the customer's happy, it makes it all worthwhile, you know, and you know it's going to be there too. In blacksmithing, you know it's going to be there for 50 years or 100 years. We have different hammers with different edges that we use for this one. I'm going to run basically the veins of the leaf in. The last step, basically, I use wood because I've just put these nice clean lines in the material, and what I don't want to do is mar those lines. So I'm going to turn it over and hit it on the backside with a rounding with a peen hammer, and that basically will dome the leaf up and give it a little more life.
Our products include ironwork in all areas of the home and business. We've produced complete hardware packages for houses, including door and window hardware, pot racks, hooks, floor lamps, coffee and dining room tables, wine cellars with temperature and moisture resistant gates, and the wine racks inside. Beautiful railings, gates, chandeliers, and spiral and curved staircases for residential and commercial sites. Both interior and exterior have been built and installed all over the country. Our work has encompassed many of the forms that forged metals can be applied to. Even so, we're proud to say our portfolio continues to grow into different areas as we perform each new custom project.
And we have a tool called a harding, which is something's, you know, you want to cut something off, you can't use a saw on it because it'll melt the blade. In blacksmithing, you just go ahead and put it on the hardy and going to go ahead and draw the other end out real thin and then just scroll it up. And that's just a little all those bobs. I actually use a power hammer. Save myself.
Artisans hopes to increase our knowledge of blacksmithing in all respects, and our greatest hope is to work with our customers to the extent that our work affects the decorative iron industry in a positive way. We want to restore blacksmithing to its rightful place, for they say, by hammer and hand, all the trades do stand.
Go ahead and take that end down to a nice point and then turn it round. Rounding, it's easy. You have a square bar, you put it up on its corners, you take a corner down, turn it, take the corner down, and then all of a sudden you have 8 corners. And you do that again, you have 16, and it's round. Alright, I'm getting another heat, and I'm just going to put a scroll in one direction and then whip back down around the other direction. I'll be done. And the scrolling process is done over the edge of the anvil. Basically, put the bar just past the edge of the anvil, hit it, knocks the tip over. You control that process out, and you get a nice, if you do it right, you get a nice pretty end on there. That's right. A little end. And what I'll do is the next heat, I'll get a good heat back here. And because this is thin, if I hit it, it'll want to bend. So I'll quench it, make it cold, freezing it, so I can hit it and bend the other direction. So we quench the end so that I don't mess it up. And with that cool, then I can turn around and go the other direction. And use my horn. Time's a bit hot.
The basic ability to form and shape hot metal has nearly been lost to our generation. At Artisans of the Anvil, our goal is to return this once proud craft to its esteemed position. We are making it our mission to produce only the best smithed work with the highest quality materials possible. Our products owe their form to our eyes, hands, and bodies working together in unison with developed aesthetic and technical ability. We then complete our projects with natural oil and wax finishes. For exterior forgings, we use only the best paints to provide maximum durability and quality.
It's a chandelier for a customer up in northern New York, and right now I'm just doing some of the finishing touches, putting these pins that hold the supports in place, and we'll wax these up tonight and I think install them tomorrow.
Artisans of the Anvil, from restoration to new construction. Our goal is to provide smithed metalwork that adds a true old world quality and look that is so rare in our modern time.
This is the bracket for bookends, and Andrew's making the design that will be in the middle. But I think she got out of square. So we'll check that one last time.
And we started this morning with the drawing that we made, and I made a little scroll here, split cut with fullers and the lines in the back, and all I got to do is wire brush this and put it on the piece that Ashton and Brian made, and it'll go like so. And we're going to have to figure out what's the prettiest look there. That's about right. And we'll wire brush that up, put some wax on it, and we'll be ready to go.